Ooh boy, do we have a slog of a match for you today. We've got Shakkoumon versus Magnamon X.
That's right, yeah, it's one of the similar top-end matches where they're both running Magna X, but we got a little more surprise from both.
Yeah, we've got a lot of spice coming out of the Shakkoumon deck, and I'm glad that this match gets to show it off.
Right, and even with the armor side, armor actually has a lot of room as a flex spot, so it actually can tech in quite a bit of different things.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of that too. We're going to start with your Armadillo search. He does get the Tamer, and he also gets to grab one of those two because he can get either a 2 or more color yellow or black Digimon. So he is going to grab the Shakkoumon and the Tamer. Great start for him. He gets slapped on that Tamer. He's set for the rest of the game.
Right, and then let's see, the armor player is got 2 Veemon, and looks like he's thinking about either moving out or which Magnamon to hold on to. Yeah, usually armor players like, oh, there we go. Okay, starts with the ST17 and gets to bounce the Armadillomon.
Kind of a questionable play in my opinion, because he's just going to get the free play that Armadillomon now, but I suppose that may have been the only Magnamon that he had.
Oh, maybe that's why, yeah, because now you go straight into the big bad boy of the meta.
Yeah. So now this Magnamon X gets to be immune, gain 3k, and there's not really much Shakkoumon can do about it. We shall see.
Yeah. And now we do another play, free playoff dual tamer.
We get the sheep with that interesting new collision keyword, and that other Armadillomon gets to gain a memory because a free Digimon was played.
Right, and you get to see some pretty interesting interaction with the Magnamon with the collision keyword as well.
Unfortunately, that BT8 Armadillomon is going to bottom deck the Digimon Ace, which is a very critical card that this deck wants to see in this matchup.
Yeah, alright. And we got another Sheepmon. Oh, no.
Yeah, he's debating on what to do. He can do an end-of-turn DNA, but he may not actually have a Shakkoumon yet.
And also, having that Sheepmon up is actually quite annoying for the Magna X to deal with.
Yeah, that's right, because it can still block and then end the attack completely.
Alright, decides to go with the starter deck Magnamon. Alright, armor players move out the Veemon. See. Because now he doesn't have to worry about Ace yet. Well, we don't know if the yeah, they only do the level 6 Ace, so they don't have to worry about it.
So he goes for the Blinding Ray, so he can get the protection right now. That allows him to swing safely.
He gets to swing, but then here's the interesting interaction where the Sheepmon can just block and end the attack right away.
Who would win, Magnamon X or a sheep?
Looks like the sheep came out. Oh, but then the sheep will be strike down from the heavens.
Yeah, that is a 24k drain off of Heaven's Judgment. Or is it 28? It's 7k per color, right?
6k.
6k to 24.
24, yeah. 6k, and each additional color gets another 6k.
Right.
Yeah, and since Magna X is the first 3-color Digimon, so it's instant value from the Heaven's Judgment.
Sure is.
And unfortunately, the Shakkoumon player has to hard drop the armor down.
Yeah, but he did get another Tamer out of security that might save him.
It's true. Alright, and now the armor player can just freely swing, deck through, gets the boost, and go into the BT13 Magnamon.
Get the choke too.
Alright.
Okay, so from here, we'll see if Armadillomon has rookies to play off these Tamers. Looks like he does not, so he's forced to just recover with the old Shakkoumon. Gain some memory back. Now we wait. What do? We choose to Laplace Demon, which what this is going to do is this means that at the start of main phase, the Magnamon X loses its protection. So that means that it is now affected by Laplace's Demon, and it now must attack at the start of main phase.
And what do you know? The player has a response.
Yeah, so that Digimon Ace is going to de-digivolve that Magnamon X now, and now the Veemon must attack security, and it dies in security.
Interesting enough, you actually see the Magnamon X coming out of the Shakkoumon player's security.
Yeah, that is true. He is playing some of these Magnamon X's.
And yeah, we have found a way to out the immunity of Magnamon X.
But now can we add the next one?
Okay, can you out? I have 3 more in my deck.
Now, I forgot if this Veemon is free or not. I think it actually is considered free, so he may get the memory off the Cody.
It does, yeah. I believe all the new Ace cards have free traits in them.
Right.
Right. Goes into freely swing. Now they know the threat of the Veemon is gone. They can just freely go for security. Get the boost. Will he do another swing with it?
Probably.
Yeah, he decided, yeah, there's really no reason for him not to swing right now.
Wow, that is a third Cody TK. So that Veemon right now cannot swing because Veemon does a blanket stun for all Digimon with 1 or less source.
And then you can see one of the tech cards from the armor player is the final Zubugan Punch, which gives, since the TP is well over 15k now, so it actually gets a reboot.
You got to see my hand pop in there to help out Magnamon X with another dice. Alright, so now Shakkoumon has 3 Cody TK. Will he be able to use them all? Let us find out.
The 3 tamer. Oh!
Yeah, he grabbed another armadillo.
He gets another armadillo. And then another one.
Another armadillo. And another one.
3 times the charm.
And then that second armadillo gets to gain a memory.
Alright, yeah. The fact that 3 dual tamers came out from Shakkoumon players side really mean he gets a lot of room and memories to play with it right now.
Remember when they made Henry and Shuzhong, and it said like you get the free play of Terry or Lockmon, but only if you have 1 or less Digimon?
Right.
Look how far we've come.
The game has came very far.
So Shakkoumon has now applied a stun effect to the Magnamon X. Technically, Magnamon X is not affected right now. When it passes over to the opponent's turn, Magnamon X will then be affected by it. So Magnamon X will have to find a way to gain immunity without attacking in order to attack a player.
Which we do see the armor player does run a blinding raid, so maybe he will get the...
Yes, he does have ways to do. So we're going to tuck that Veemon into security with the new Shakkoumon, and now this Shakkoumon has a complete immunity.
It's just casually, when Digivolve, I'm immune.
Yep, it doesn't even have the DNA.
It's pretty much as a mini Magna X, but I just can't recur the immunity.
And he does decide to use the memory gain on all these tamers.
Right, so after all that, it's still sitting at 4 memories.
What can we do? We can Shakkoumon again. We can Shakkoumon. We can recover.
Looks like the board state is re-stabilizing for the Shakkoumon player.
Yeah, it actually is impressive how far Shakkoumon has gotten.
Alright, so armor player now is stuck in a situation where like they don't have the immunity, they have a level 5 on board.
So what he is able to do though is he can evolve into the Digimon GX. And because Magnamon X is the Royal Knight, he can then tuck the Magnamon X from trash, get the evolve effect, gain the immunity, and that now allows him to be unaffected by the Shakkoumon stuff. So that allows him to blitz, swing through the rest of security, and then he gets to trigger the unsuspend effect of the Magnamon.
Right, and now you're staring at a really big DP immune Jesmon GX blocker.
Yes, so then now the Shakkoumon had to bounce that 1 stack because that was technically played off the Cody TK tamer. And then he just gets to replay his rookie spec out. We're going to get to a sheep. Let's see how far we can get from here. The Shakkoumon deck is looking pretty thin, I have to admit.
Let's see, but with the Shakkoumon coming down the board...
He is going to recover. He just forgot momentarily.
Let's see, and the thing about after you usually the Jesmon GX, but you want to use that to finish the game because now it cannot regain the immunity again. So if the Shakkoumon player is able to restabilize the board and deal with the body, it'll be looking pretty rough for the armor player.
Right.
And that's another thing about GX. So you usually give your opponent so much memory, so that's why most of the time people want to use that as a game-ending play.
So we're going to evolve into the starter deck Magnamon over on the Shakkoumon side for 4, I think, so that we can choke the 1. And now this Jesmon GX no longer has the immunity. So we can now go into Veemon, and we can Digivolve it down by... Yeah.
Shakkoumon player forgot to draw off Digivolve, so which will actually come into play a little, not really, but
yeah. Let's not give too much of it.
That's true. Yeah. Let's see. Alright, so now the
Now-
board state has swing.
Yeah, it really looks to me
Yeah,
like
it's
Shakkoumon has it in the bag.
Right, like it's like what can the armor player do? It's like you have one lone Veemon against giant board of Veemon and Shakkoumon and Armadillomon. What can the armor player do? Looking pretty slim right now. Establish a blocker. Even though the board state is looking really good in the Shakkoumon player's hand, but for armor player they're still looking very healthy with 5 security.
Yeah, that is true. That's really the biggest problem for Shakkoumon is the fact that that new one actually recovers the opponent, which it was already hard enough to win with Shakkoumon because the deck does not have very strong aggression.
Right, and then you're kind of like slowing down your gameplay, even though it's debatably one of the best removals in the game.
Yeah.
Alright, and then now you got one pretty decent sized blocker going on, and Shakkoumon players try to navigate his way to think how to travel through this.
Like, if only there was a way for him to get rid of the Magnamon, but looks like he just doesn't have it. Like, if he could find a way to dename to the old Shakkoumon, he could do it, but he just doesn't have it.
Right, and then armor player decide not to block it, and then go on to
Shakkoumon to stun.
maybe he would just go for the choke over here for the... Oh, there's another Shakkoumon.
And we're just going to recover, gain back memory from the Tamers.
So the board is looking pretty good for the Shakkoumon player, while the armor player only has one body on board. It's choked to 1.
Not very many cards left in deck for Shakkoumon. He kind of needs to end this game as soon as possible.
And for armor player, there's really not...
Yeah, like, I'm pretty impressed by how, like, well Shakkoumon has taken back the... Like, it really looked like he was gonna, like, have an uphill battle against Magnamon X for a long time.
Oh, but what do you know? The old big bad boy, Death X, has hit the board.
So that's going to hit 2 Veemon aces. That's going to overflow 8 memory. Now he just gets to do whatever he wants at 9 memory. Oh my god.
Death X says, have you guys forgot about me? Let me remind you. Rain terror upon the board swarm decks, and Bloomlord says such.
Yes.
Man, now the tide has again swing to the other side.
Yeah, so right now he's just probably fishing for Magnamon X, I think.
Yeah, that was quite a devastating blow to the Shakkoumon player. Because now they have a Death X that's really hard for the Shakkoumon player to deal with. And then...
Well, if they have a Veemon Ace, they can deal with it.
That's right,
If they have another one.
since it only has... it doesn't have any source.
Right, and Veemon can delete things with 1 or less force.
But the...
So Ukemon gets to grab 3 cards, or look at 3 cards, and we can see there that that deck is getting pretty thin.
Right, because like since he gone through so much memory, the 3 tamers, like he's been digivolving a lot
And
getting
recovering
other
a lot.
people. That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so this Armadillomon whiffs. We see nothing but rookies drop that.
The problem is like after this has gone on for a while, we've pretty much seen like DNA deck would drain through the level 4s like no one's business. And I believe we've seen, I believe there's nothing but rookies left in the deck.
Yeah, it's kind of unfortunate. I think he basically has to find a way to win on not this turn, but the following turn. Yeah, so Veemon
He does
Ace,
get a Veemon Ace
Yep.
on board.
he is going to Digivolve one of those Magnamon. Which will he choose?
Pretty tough position, which like one is a bigger blocker, but one, I believe. I don't know if there is a right here.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Like, either one of them would have been a good choice.
But it's just like one is a slightly bigger blocker.
So Veemon will swing, and we will get to delete that Death X on swing.
And then let's see. Oh no! It's it's the most broken security with the Magnamon.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. He got to take advantage of that overflow and also strip the one.
The fact that you can de-digivolve one, digivolve, and then source strip, it's quite a lot for the Shakkoumon to deal with.
You can bounce too, potentially.
Oh, and that was a Magnamon X, so the overflow happened as well.
Yep. Now, but we did hit the Venusmon, so this is going to keep him alive for a turn. Unfortunately, like I said before, he has to find a way to win probably next turn. And right now, Magnamon has 2 blockers, 3 security. That's going to be a lot to work through.
Right, and especially with the armor players that I'm sure by now they've noticed their how thin the deck is for the Shakkoumon player. They have nothing but blockers on the armor player side of the board.
Yeah, it's quite ridiculous. And then we're just going to Davis to get another body on board.
Right, like unless we see something like a Death X on the Shakkoumon player side, but there's nothing much the Shakkoumon player can deal with such a board.
The funny thing about that Venusmon is that even if Magnamon had Magnamon X, he could not get the evolve effect. So he would not actually get the protection under the Venusmon blanket.
That's right, yeah, because it's still a win Digimon effect that's to gain the immunity.
Yep. Yeah, so from here, Shakkoumon has to try to win this one turn, and sadly, I don't think they're gonna get it.
Yeah, with 4 blockers on board, still have 3 security. It's gonna take more than a miracle to win this match.
Way more than a miracle.
And yeah, and then when it goes to the back to armor player's turn, he's gonna get a lot of memory and lots of fling.
Got 5 bodies. Gotta play through. We are gonna lost Veemon, one of those Magnamons. I don't know how much it's gonna matter because we have no cards in deck. The game basically is over. But you know, here at the Bancho Boys, we played them.
Yes, with a good sportsmanship, we played the game out. Yeah, alright, let's see how the armor player finished the game. Purge it.
There's no more blocks on Shakkoumon's side, so this one he can't. So 3 bodies. The only thing he has to fear is like another Digimon Ace, technically.
Oh, and we're just styling using a blinding hurricane to 2 memory. He's trying to go into Magna X without passing.
Yes, that's what he's doing. Because the new one costs 5 on a map.
Oh,
But he's doing the gold decoding. So really he didn't have to blind.
yeah, so it only costs 3 and it's immune to DP terrain.
Also, it's immune to everything.
Oh, that's right, yeah, it's just a icing on top of the cake at this point. Let's see, alright.
How can we best style?
Because they have more than enough swing on the board to go for game. Some security.
Unsuspend, gain more DP.
One more, and then... Oh, we got the prettier Digimon GX.
So, technically, because his opponent has Venusmon, Digimon GX cannot actually do its Evolve or Blitz, technically speaking. However,
Oh, that's right, it has to inherit security +1.
yes, as long as the other roll not in the sources. So, technically he can't do any of this, but it doesn't matter because, you know, Shakkoumon has no deck. So,
Right, so regardless of what happened here, it's the armor player will have the game right here.
yes, there's a clearly defined winner.
Gotcha, but we Bancho Boy, we styling to the finish.
Indeed, we do style to the finish.
Let's see. And we finish the game right here.
Yep.
Wow, well that was quite a match, huh?
Yeah, like I'm actually really impressed by how well Shakkoumon hung in there for as long as it did. Against like a menace that was Magnum.
Right, yeah, it was a shame that Shakkoumon couldn't see their own Magnamon X too. Maybe the match might be different, but the Death X tech definitely swung the tide towards the armor deck is for them to win for sure.
Yeah, it's possible that Magnamon X could have helped Shakkoumon, but I think what kind of hurt it a little more was like it just had a few too many like turns that were just suboptimal. Where like
Right.
there were like a couple of early times where there was like a hanging Magnamon on the Magnamon side, and then Shakkoumon couldn't even make the BT16 Shakkoumon to bounce it, you know?
Right, yeah, I couldn't really capitalize on it, and then it really starts to fall behind after that. But anyways, well, thank you guys for watching the match.
Yep, see you later.